Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be introducing my baby. I thought it was time for you guys to hear my birth experience or my childbirth experience. So this is Leonardo, and he is 2 months old. August 1st at 7 in the morning, which was a Monday, I woke up with pains. It was like, yeah, it was exactly 7. And I woke up with like really annoying pains, like, you know, if they wake you up, it was pretty bad. So I woke up with that and it felt like cramps, so I went to the bathroom. I felt like I needed to go number 2, so I went to the bathroom. I couldn't go, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then it kept hurting and stuff, so then I was like, holy crap, my due date is the Saturday after, which was August 6th. So I was like, maybe it could be, but it was still too early, I don't know. So I was like, whatever. So I kind of just went along, but at 9 I called my doctor and I was like, hey, you know, I have these pains. I'm not sure if it's labor. I've never, you know, this is my first pregnancy. And she's like, okay. So she started asking me questions and stuff, and then she's like, why don't you come in and we'll check you out? So I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it is like I'm gonna go into labor now, or go have a baby today and stuff. I don't know, I just started getting super excited. So by 10 I was in my doctor's office and nothing. They checked me, I was completely closed. By that time I was like more in pain, like it hurt really bad. So I was like, okay, whatever. He said, go home and I will call me if you keep feeling the pain. Sorry, there's like something stuck on my eye. He's like, call me if you keep feeling the same pain, and I will check you again, and if you are in labor, then you will be somewhat open. You know, your cervix will be open, if you have no idea what I'm talking about. So I was like, okay. So I went home, went throughout the day, still in pain. I mean, it wasn't super tolerable, but you know, I was obviously living with it. So then 11 at night came, and I was just like fed up. I was like, take me to the doctor, to my husband, because it had gotten worse and it hurt really bad. And we went in through the emergency room. They took me up and stuff, and again, completely closed. I was like, are you kidding me? They checked me and everything. They just told me I was having back labor, so I was gonna be in big pain. That's why I was in such pain since the morning. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I was in so much pain, and it just kept getting worse. So I started at 7 and it just kept getting worse. So okay, I was like, okay, when do I come back? And she's like, when it gets worse. I'm like, it hurts really bad. Like, I was literally crying on the bed that night. And I was like, I don't want to go home. And she's like, I'm sorry, we can't keep you. You can wait downstairs. And I was like, if I'm gonna wait, I'd rather wait in my bedroom or in my comfy bed. We live 5 minutes from the hospital, so I was like, okay, we'll just come back if anything. Okay, so all night I was in so much pain. Oh, and let me tell you something. When we were at the hospital, I know this is TMI and gross to a lot of you, but it's natural. My mucus plug started coming out, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the lube stuff that they squirt in there when they're gonna check your cervix. So I kind of just was like taking it off, and I was like, this is so much, this is gross. But me and my husband just thought it's, you know, it's normal. They should have seen it. So he's like, just get cleaned up and we'll just go home and we'll chill. So I was like, okay. I was in pain. I mean, I don't really want to chill right now, but fine. So we came home. He slept in the bedroom. I kind of left because I was just like annoyed, and I mean, he couldn't do anything about it. They told us to go home, so I was just kind of irritated at him, which I feel bad now, but that's what happens when, you know, you're about to give birth. I was like irritated, so I went to the couch and I was dying all night. Like, I was literally biting pillows, holding in the pain. I wouldn't tell him because I was scared that he was going to take me to the hospital and they would check me again, which, mind you, it hurts so bad when they check you. Like, to me it hurt. I'm not saying everyone's will hurt, because a lot of people told me pain was going to be different, and it wasn't. It's just everyone is different. But to me it hurt. I was scared to go to the hospital because I didn't want to get checked because it hurt. And you're already in so much pain, and them poking you down there and, you know, triggering it more, it's not fun. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna go. So okay, all night went by. I was dying, you guys. I was dying. The pain was bad. Are you talking? Who are you talking to? You want to tell them too? You weren't here yet, so this is not your part of the story to tell. So then 9 o'clock came. My mom called me and I was crying on the phone, and she's like, I am going over there. She lives 30 minutes away, so by the time she got here, I was dying again, like a lot. Like I could not even bend, like stand up. I was bent over holding my stomach, like it just hurt really bad. And then I went to the bathroom and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get cleaned up and stuff, and then just like something drops. Stop the video here if you don't like, you know, a lot of like detail, because I'm going to go into detail right now. So stop it if you don't want to hear that. It is TMI. Anyways, so I just feel something come out of me. It was disgusting feeling. I looked down and it's a blob of goo. And I asked my mom and she said that that was my mucus plug. And I was like, ew, that is the most disgusting thing ever. You're pooping. You're pooping. You're pooping. Yeah, you're pooping. Huh? So yeah, that came out. I called the hospital. I called my doctor. He said, come in. I could barely talk. So he's like, yeah, come in, get checked. So he didn't say go to the hospital. He told me to go to the office, to his office. And I was like, okay. So it's 2 different buildings. Both of them are 3 stories. The hospital is like the first one, and then you go like maybe 2 miles. I don't know. A half a mile, whatever, and it's the next office where it's like OBGYN and all that stuff. So I have to go all the way up to the 3rd floor on the 2nd building, get checked out, and then I had to go all the way down, like, I don't know, I was like really annoyed. So anyways, I had to go into the 2nd building, 3rd floor, and he checked me. I was screaming while I was waiting for him. I was like rolling on that little bed thing, screaming my lungs out because it hurt really bad. I was pretty dramatic, but it hurt. So then he came in. He's like, you're in a lot of pain, right? I was like, yeah, think you're freaking taking your sweet time. He took like 10 minutes to check me, which felt like an hour to me. But he's like, I'm sorry, I just have other people. And I was like, well, you just check me, get this over with. He's like, all right, you're 5 centimeters. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, you're 5 centimeters. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding? So he's like, yeah, head to the doctor. I will let them know you're coming in so they can get your room ready. So I was like, all right. Or to the hospital. So we're going down the stairs and I am still dying. There's going to be a lot of dying in this video, in this story. So finally I'm in the hospital, but they take forever to register me. You can't go up to the delivery place, room, station, I don't know what it's called. Labor and delivery. You can't go up to labor and delivery until you have been registered. So they took like an hour to register me. By the time I got up into labor and delivery, I was literally about to be 7 centimeters. So I was so scared I was not going to get my epidural. So I had to change my baby. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, so they were taking forever. Finally, someone came and got me, because also someone has to come and get you. You can't like lock yourself up there. So they came and got me. My room wasn't ready. They had just finished construction on it and only the bathroom was ready, but not even. Like, you know how they're supposed to have like the toilet paper like installed into the walls and stuff. All of that was getting put in brand new. They weren't expecting anyone so soon, but I came in. So they started fixing that. I'm sorry, I'm feeding my baby while I do this. Awkward, but if you're a mom, you totally understand. Okay, so they finally got me into my room. I just kept asking for an epidural. I said, I need an epidural. Please get me an epidural, because I was already 7 centimeters and I was freaked out that I wasn't going to be able to get the epidural and I was going to have to experience it all. And I don't mind the experience, everything, but I'm just not good with pain. Even the doctor, agreed that I would need an epidural just because the baby was going under stress or something like that. Finally the guy with the epidural, but he came in, he was very nice. Everything just went smoothly. It wasn't painful at all. It just felt like a little pinch when they give you the pre-shot for the epidural, so it can numb you there. That wasn't painful, it was just uncomfortable, and it started kicking in and I was just feeling really good. Only half of my body was like super numb. I mean, both of them were numb, but the other one was like super numb. They told me to move around so the epidural can move around inside me, but it had just gotten way too much on one side and I couldn't move my foot, my leg or anything at all. I needed help turning over. It was just so funny, but I was feeling good. Then the whole family started coming. We were just talking, waiting. So an hour passed after I got my epidural and I was still at 7, which they thought was weird because I was moving very quickly from when I got there. I went from 5 to 7 in like less than 30 minutes. So they were a little worried that I was stuck at 7 after maybe like an hour and a half. So okay, they told me if you don't go if you don't progress in the next 30 minutes to an hour, then we're gonna have to do a C-section. So I was like, okay. So they gave me Pitocin, I don't know, some drug to help the labor run along as it should. So they gave me that, and then she said I will come back in 30 minutes to an hour if, like I said, you don't, you know, there's no progress, then we will do the C-section. So I was like, oh crap, okay, whatever. I mean, whatever has to be done. It's not like I can argue it. It has to be done, you know? It's whatever's best for my baby. So everyone was freaking out. My mom, they didn't want me to get C-section because, you know, it's another big procedure. It could be dangerous. And the doctor came back an hour later and I was already at 9 centimeters dilated. So that medicine, whatever they put on in me, helped. So after that, we waited for another hour and a half. They wanted me to get 10 centimeters and stay at 10 centimeters for a while, just so, you know, I don't know, your cervix can stretch and your hips can open as they should, whatever. I never knew all this stuff that girls go through. I just thought birth, okay, that's it. No, there's a lot more that goes into giving birth. It is a very painful experience, but totally worth it. Anyways, getting really ahead. So finally my in-laws came in, and my father-in-law, he just wanted to meet the baby already. He's like, come on, you're already at 10 centimeters. Why don't you just tell them that you need to push? Just lie to them. So the doctor came and she's like, do you feel like you need to push? I was like, well, I just feel like I need to go to the bathroom, because I didn't want to lie either. And she's like, that means it's time. And I was like, oh, okay. And I felt like I was holding it in, but I didn't want to say anything. So she's like, it's time. So then everyone left the room except my husband and my mom, and we just started pushing. I was pushing for about an hour and a half, and then Leo was born at 1:02 a.m. on August 3rd, which was Wednesday morning. Then they brought him to me, and that's when, you know, we said hello, we met. He latched on right away. Right away they want you to breastfeed. If I left anything out, let me know. Yeah, you tell him, puppy. Let me know down below. Ask me questions. We'll be doing a Q&A if you guys want more things answered. So leave any questions you have down below. I will also list my social media so you guys can leave questions there. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Again, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.